Hello, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Almost Thanksgiving. I'm going to get our party started, sharing my screen. Okay, we are diving in for our monthly reflect and prep. If you've been doing these with us for the majority of the year, you kind of know the drill. You kind of know where we're at. So we are in the final month of the year. This is where we're really just mostly looking at our monthly game plan. And then towards the end, we're going to be able to sit with our planners and our calendars and really create a weekly game plan as well. So I really want you to start thinking, what is the focus you want as we're heading into the final month of 2024? It does not have to be a full steam ahead focus. It could actually be rest. It could be peace. It could be joy. It could be rejuvenation. It could be any of those things, right? It doesn't always have to be like a type A personality goal, right? But what is the focus you want? And then today, this next hour together, we're going to figure out how do we encompass that vibe in the month. Okay, so first we're going to start with our reflection. I've got my Win the Morning Journal in front of me. These are all inside of your Win the Morning Journal. Guys, it is on sale right now. I'm going to do a shameless plug. I got a Black Friday sale going on Amazon. You're going to just see it's $19.99. Normally it's $29.99. And so the updated 2025 Win the Morning Journal, $19.99 on Amazon. Go snag that and get a gift for somebody else as well while you're at it. But we're going to dive into the journal first. And first things first, we're going to reflect on November, looking at rating all of our different categories in life on a scale from 1 to 10, as well as just jotting down as we reflect what are some wins you're celebrating from November, and maybe what are some challenges or lessons that you learned. I am going to put on some music. Let me stop this share. I forgot to share audio when I did it. So let's do this, share my sound. And then I'm going to mute myself and I will be back in about 10-ish minutes or so. All right, so now that we took a moment to reflect a little bit on November, some of our wins, some of our challenges, one of the things I actually really love to do, I live a lot of my life out loud in social media. And so I love to use that as a place to look back and truly jog my memory on things that were wins throughout the month. Because sometimes I forget. The other place that helps me jog my memory if I'm not uploading the photos is to just look at my photo roll, my camera roll. But you can also look back in your planner and just really jogging your memory because oftentimes we forget about all the small ways we're winning. And that's one of the things I love doing at the end of the month like this. Let's move on. Let's move on and look at last month's goals. So if you did this with us last month, you can flip back in your journal to what you said you wanted to do for November and just look at, did you make progress? Why or why not? So we're just going to take like one song really quick, look back on the month. What were some of your goals and intentions that you set for yourself, whether they were business, personal, what have you, and just check in on the progress you've made and assess why or why not you've been making the progress. All right. Okay, now we're moving on. I'm in the next page of the Win the Morning Journal where we now look at the next month ahead. So we're going to set some goals for December. So before we do that, okay, the first thing that's at the top here is looking at anything that as we head into a fresh month, we want to lay down. Maybe something that no longer aligns with your vision or your goals. Maybe it's a limiting belief, a relationship that needs some boundaries, a habit that's no longer serving you, a behavior or routine, all the things, right? I want you to really look at what do you want to lay down that is no longer serving you. And it could be something that it is a conscious choice to lay it down every single day, right? Maybe it's doubt that you want to lay down. And every morning you have to wake up and remind yourself of that. Okay. Then we're going to move on and set some goals. I love to do 3 professional goals and 3 personal goals for my life. But you mix it up however you want to do. But I like to probably not have any more than 3 to 5 in a certain category, right? In a certain focus. Another thing that can help you is really looking back on where you rated your last month, right? Where you rated your last month, maybe the ones that were lower ratings, maybe those are the ones you want to bring to the front burner, right? And then we're going to look at what would progress look and feel like this month. Is there anything that's going to get in the way of your best efforts? And then I always love to give myself some sort of mental tattoo, maybe an affirmation or a reminder, just something, right? Like in the sisterhood, I shared the mantra, I have enough, I do enough, I am enough. And just something like that, that you can repeat to yourself all month long that can help guide you as you're moving through December. So we're going to spend a little bit of time here and probably a good 10 to 15 minutes setting goals, really getting clear on what we want December to look like. This is also where last month I gave you guys that mood board that you could play around with. So this is also where this stuff is what makes it on your mood board, which is what gets your focus for the month. So let's keep moving. All right, we are in the last part of what we're going to do today, which is making a game plan to move the needle forward in the next month. So this is where I get out my planner, okay? And it's also if I was at home, it would also be where I wipe down my dry erase board, get that prep for the month. I will have to do that when I get home. It's also where I like to look at each week and kind of break things down. This is also where I make sure I'm on the same page as my family. So Charlie and I, we really have done a good job of looking ahead at December, because there's some travels for him and just, all the things with the holidays, like where we want to be, when we want to be there. And um, also making sure, like, are we mailing the gifts in time? Are we baking the cookies when we need to bake them, right? There's so many moving pieces. So this is where you get to set aside some time to actually put them in the calendar so that they get your best yes, and they're not an afterthought, right? Um, and then I also like to look at my workout calendar for the month. You will see a template that I've shared in Sisterhood coming this weekend. So when you get your hands on the Canva template this weekend, you will be able to go in there and create your own workout calendar for, I actually have all 3 months already in there. So December, January, and February for winter in the Sisterhood. And so that's another thing that you can get to do. But if right now you're like, okay, what does December look like in terms of my wellness? This might be a great opportunity to do that. So I'm going to give us like 15 minutes because I'm not at home. There's like, honestly, I can only really work in my planner for a little bit. So I'm going to cut us just a hair short today. I'm going to go for 15 minutes. I'll put on some lo-fi Christmas music so that we're in a little bit more of an upbeat mood now that we've reflected and set some goals. And we'll just set a little bit of time aside to make sure our calendars and our planners are set. So I will get the music going and we got about 15 more minutes. All right. I started working a little bit on my workout calendar. The rest of that I'm going to finish up when I get home because I need to be able to print that off and then also do my dry erase board. But I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about what I've got going on for December. And I hope you do too, regardless if you watched this into this with me live. Shout out to Christine. Or if you are catching the replay, I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and into your November. And I can't wait to wrap up 2024 with you guys. So anyway, have a great rest of your day. I love you guys, and I will see you later.